Doris Holtz, and this is the one I am most excited about. I love missions, I love disaster relief, but prayer is the one that fuels them all. So I'm really tickled to hear what she has to say for us today.
Well, I'm not sure what I should say today, except if there's anybody in here that doesn't agree with me that prayer is the most important thing, even before the missions, because if you don't have anybody praying, nothing's going to happen, right? And the fellow on the video just told us this morning we needed to pray for somebody to lead to the Lord this year. Well, me and Ed have decided that we need to pray for the churches so that they will go forth and do the work of God. So we are starting the prayer ministry. And on page 22 and 23, it shows you an overview of it and our covenant. And so I have already went to 7 churches and told about this. And tomorrow I'll be at Ryerson. And I have all but about 5 churches now scheduled so that I can come and share with you what our vision is to go to the church and to pray for them. I believe that I can sit in my house and pray for people, but when I get up and go, I'm more effective. And I don't believe that the few that God calls, let me back up there. I don't want to say few, but the ones that God calls, we might not see every church that we go to suddenly have a revival. But I firmly believe that those that are on this team will be revived and go back to their churches, and that's where this is going to start at. That's what I believe. I don't know what God's going to do. I just know that when we trust the Holy Spirit to lead us, great things can happen. And I believe great things can happen. I do have one question for every one of you pastors. If you have a prayer warrior in your church, would you please approach them and talk to them and see if they would like to join our team? Those are the ones that you would call if you had a need in your church and ask them to pray about it. But it's not just limited to those people. It's anybody that God lays on their heart that they want to commit every Thursday next year to go and be a part of this team. And the first 20 weeks, we're going to visit every church in the Upper Ohio Valley Baptist Association. We are going to prayer walk that church. We're going to get prayer requests from that pastor or their point of contact person. We're going to be praying inside the church if there's somebody that can meet us to let us in. We're going to pray for every ministry that they have. And then I really would like, and I'm hoping this is of the Lord, that in the afternoon, we are going to go to somewhere in that town, whether it be the school, the city building, the city park, wherever, and pray for that area. Now, we will be glad to pray if there's a big personal need in that church, but this prayer ministry team is going to be focusing on the needs of the church as opposed to this one that's sick with the flu or that one. However, we would pray for that if you'd have it on your list. I am a very big believer in prayer. As you know, my husband was sick for many years, and the prayers was what got us through all of those years. And I know that prayer works. You had to pray to become a Christian. And somebody was praying for each one of us that is saved before we were saved. So this, I believe, is a very important part of our association, is to go and to pray for these churches. And I pray that there's not a church here that doesn't believe that they need prayer. Because I don't care if you're running 1,000. You're going to have problems. So you still need prayer. So for I think it's 5 that I don't have scheduled. If there's anybody here that's of those 5, if you would see me today, we'll get you on the schedule. We are going to start in January doing this. We're going to have a commissioning service for these people. So this is a very serious commitment. This isn't something you say, oh, yeah, I'll go and pray. No, we're going to get up, we're going to get ready, and we're going to go all the way from East Liverpool to Indian Creek, say at Claresville to Raritan and everywhere in between. And there's going to be other things that this team's going to be doing down the road to promote prayer. Just not sure what it is yet. Very much. I just had a meeting with Ed last week, and he's, Ed, he's got everything very, and I'm like, Ed, I kind of like the Holy Spirit to be leading us here a little bit. I'm not sure I want it all laid out. I want to know that it's not me doing it, but it is of God. So, does anybody have a question? A comment? Thank you. This is a big, big commitment. I don't know what I'm doing. I never did this before, but I just know that if I am willing, God can use anybody. So, thank you.